Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on Mzansi Confessions. On this platform, we get to share with you secrets and confessions that we receive on Facebook. Let me read this confession that I received yesterday from one of our followers. It goes like this. Good evening, Mzansi Confessions. Please give me the assurance that you are always going to keep me anonymous and hide my identity. I caught my wife buying human poo on the braai stand with the intentions of giving me Khorobela. Yeah, it's true. She was indeed standing on the braai stand, and I came back from work at an odd time. I usually come back from work at around 5, so she never expected me to be home at that time. I had forgotten my laptop on that day, and as I was driving, I noticed, Eish, where is my laptop? And there was no turning back because I was almost at the office. I arrived at the office and I spoke to my PA, drank some coffee, then I had to hurry back home to pick up my laptop. I stay in the cozy neighborhood of Waterfall. Yes, the one and only upmarket Waterfall estate in Midrand. We got everything that we need. I am not a materialistic person, but my wife is. I am a loving husband. I have made sure to provide everything that they need. We all drive the latest range of cars, and she got 2 maids. My wife has 2 maids. She travels for a living. I mean, she goes on holidays more than 5 times a year. She just can't get enough. And our firstborn child is only 1 year. I still remember that when my child was about 2 months old, he was not even 2 months. It was 1 month and a few weeks. Then my wife said she wanted to go with her friends to Tanzania. And I was like to her, how is it even possible that a baby that is not even 3 months old want to be taken on a vacation? Is that even possible? And we had such a huge fight. She even threatened to divorce me because I didn't allow her to go on that vacation. When my baby was about 6 months old, mysteriously I just became like a zombie towards my wife. Anything that she tells me, I end up doing it. Can you even believe it? In December, I bought her a car as a Christmas gift. But February, she says that she is tired of that car. I tried to refuse. I told her that things are tight. We need to run a tight budget. But she told me that she wants a car, and I had to go with her to select a brand new car. You won't even believe the type of a car that she chose. I'm afraid that if I tell you the model, maybe people from my neighborhood will know who am I. And I don't want even this thing to get into the ears of my wife, because that will be trouble for me. As a man, I feel embarrassed that anything that my wife says, I end up doing it without even telling her that this is wrong. But if ever I am going to get help, I have to be honest so that people can understand my situation. Back to my story. Our house got a braai area which is on the patio, and this is located at the back of the house. So I quickly grabbed the laptop, and she was not in our bedroom upstairs. So as I was looking for her, I just wanted to see her beautiful face. Remember that I told you that ever since my baby was 6 months old up until today, there is this thing which is so mysterious that has been happening to me. I know that there should be love between a man and a woman, but the love that I feel for my wife is just abnormal. Guys, tell me, is this even common? Because even when I am at work, I can even think about my wife. Then I lock my office door and I go on her Instagram profile. Then I start to look at her pictures. Then I relieve myself. I mean that I even masturbate looking at my wife's photos. The funny part is that each and every time when I finish the deed, she calls me or sends me a WhatsApp voice note telling me how much she loves me. I feel embarrassed that maybe she knows that this is what I do secretly. So I just wanted to say hi, then quickly rush to the office because I had a presentation waiting for me. As I was looking for her, my attention was taken by an unpleasant smell that was coming from the backyard. It seems like someone was burning something. I want you to have a view of what I was saying. I was still upstairs. So when you are upstairs, you get this beautiful view of our garden and the backyard. She had made a fire with charcoal, just perfect for a braai. And I was like, how come? Now what disturbed me was the unpleasant smell, and she kept on looking back and forth, checking if there was anyone watching her. The funny part was that for me it was so weird, because to me my wife had this innocent character that she always portrayed, but here she was looking so suspicious. She quickly took her phone and she began to speak with someone, but she was speaking in a lowered voice tone. Then she continued with her braai. My wife was so focused, making sure that no one will ever catch her red-handed. She was like a thief, a pickpocketer. She had a small wooden pot. She started grinding those solid things in the pot. I even forgot that I had a presentation ahead of me. This was so interesting. I was like, I'm getting into people's business. Let me drive to the office. But as I was about to leave this place, I then saw something that terrified me. I mean, even up to today, this thing still terrifies me. Hey, but why? Women are so evil. This world is full of scary people. Now what she did is the most terrifying thing. She then went on to bend a little bit like someone who wanted to pee. Then she quickly took something out of her panty. It was meat, beef, and it was right inside of her pee-pee. She took it out, then she added those things that she was grinding, then added garlic and other seasoning stuff on the meat. I had seen enough. I just left for the office. If someone ever tells you that life is just a movie, you will laugh at that person. But if you ever see something that will shock you, you will then believe that life is a movie. Life sometimes makes you see stuff and you just wish that you had unseen those things. I spent the whole day questioning myself, what was that for? What was she doing? This really affected me, and I knew that my presentation was not going to come perfectly. I later told my PA to reschedule the meeting to a later date. I called a friend of mine and I told him the full story, and my friend asked a friend who later told us that it's more of a ritual that women do to keep the love or the fire burning. They said that this ritual is to make sure that you only look at your wife and you don't see other women as women. And to tell you the truth, as I am speaking right now, even if the most beautiful woman ever strips in front of me, I will never feel anything. Even if I try to watch pornography, nothing happens to me. The only thing that I feel that I need to have sex is when I look at my wife, or that time when I'm in the office and I look at her Instagram photos. Then I feel that I just have to relieve myself. Then that friend told us that they give their husband that stuff so that their husbands can love them more, or let me say, to tame their men. So my wife wanted me to eat that. At that point, I didn't know that the solid stuff she was buying was amakaka. I went home powerless and defeated. My wife is a very loving someone, very kind, very respectful, and she's that kind of a woman who enjoys bathing and looking nice. They call it self-care. She is indeed self-care queen. Got home, found her very happy, and she was coming from the spa. She had done beautiful nails and changed her hairstyle. She gave me food, and truly speaking, I didn't even have any appetite. Even up to today, God, I don't even know if I'll ever eat anything that she cooks, but I know that I'm just lying to myself. Like I told you, I'm just like a zombie towards her, because even now, if she just walks in and asks me, what are you doing on your phone? I'll just confess to her that I'm writing you this confession. I don't have any say anymore. It's like she controls my mind with a remote control. So when I got home, she had cooked pap and fried meat. I didn't have any appetite. There was this fight that was going on in my gut. It was like, man, do you tell me that you're going to eat this meat? You know that she pulled this meat out of her pee-pee. You're not going to eat this meat. But I don't know what happened. I just looked at the pap and the fried meat. It looked so beautiful. Now I know that Khorobela is the biggest thing. It just attacks your brain because it was so appetizing. The food was so appetizing. There was pap, there was chakalaka, beetroot, green salad, and then there was that meat. I grabbed that meat and I began to eat it. She came and then she sat on my lap. You won't even believe it. She was feeding me like I was a baby, a little baby. I was even drinking wine from the glass that she was holding. To think of it, it seems as if it was romantic, but it was so diabolic that even to this day, I don't even know which category can I place my wife. Is she a witch? Is she into Satanism? I don't even know. She is controlling my brain so much that I don't even speak to my own parents. For me to speak with my own parents, I have to ask her for permission. Even when I saw your phone number on Facebook, I had to save it as garden services because I knew that if I write your name, she will even ask you, what do you do? What business do you have to do with my husband? So I had to save you as garden services. The problem is that she took my Google account, then she synced my Google account with her own phone. So now if I try to save a new phone number, it's going to update also in her phone. If I take a selfie or a picture, she will see it in Google Photos. So I'm just like a trapped man. She has my login details for Facebook. Sometimes even when I'm at work, I try to open WhatsApp, then it will just tell me that this phone number has been verified on another device. I will call her, what's going on? Then she will tell me that, hey, these days you have to be careful with your men, so I'm checking your messages. But as for me, I'm not even allowed to touch her phone. She will tell me that, no, my phone is my own privacy. Guys, I don't even know what's happening. As for now, the help that I need, is there any recipe for me that I can drink or eat that is going to make me vomit this thing that was given to me? Because sometimes I feel okay, then sometimes I just don't feel okay. I'll go back into her arms. Sometimes I get angry, but out of nowhere, I am the one who will apologize to her, even if she is the one who is wrong. Mr. Admin, if you do post my confession, please update me so that I can follow up in the comment section. That was a confession from one of our brothers there. He's looking for help, such as said confessions. Dear listeners, until we meet again, like I always say, happy secrets and confessions. But on this note, this is a sad confession.